Hey everybody, it's Zach. Welcome back to the Heroverse. And guys, we were back yet again with another spoiler review for X-Men 97. Of course, this is episode 10, the season finale of X-Men 97 of part 3 of Tolerance is Extinction. Guys, we have a lot to talk about. I just want to start off by saying what a freaking phenomenal episode. I just want to start off by saying I really enjoyed this episode. I think they really some things I didn't happen that I kind of wanted to happen. But some other I think the things that did happen in this finale made up for the things that I wanted to happen but didn't happen. And I just thought it was a really great finale. Of course, I have my Wolverine hat on, which I'm going to be rocking on Deadpool and Wolverine Day. But of course, I have my classic Wolverine hat, and of course, I have my Daredevil Born Again T-shirt that I just bought like the other day at Box Lunch. Which, with all the Daredevil Born Again news coming out, and who we see in this episode, I'm really glad I had this shirt on today with my Wolverine hat, because what a perfect time to be a Daredevil fan. You know what I mean? But I was shocked at the things that happened in this episode, the cameos we got, and just with all the Marvel news that we got yesterday, I wasn't expecting all that. So this is just a great time in general to be a Marvel fan, but a great time to be a Daredevil fan. Um, but yes, of course, this is Tolerance is Extinction Part 3. And we gotta talk about this. This was how we got left off in last week's episode. Really crazy how we got left off in last week's episode. I was not expecting that this would happen. That they were gonna do this storyline of I forgot that was Fatal Attractions. I was not prepared that they were gonna kind of go that route. I wouldn't say they fully went that route because we didn't see Feral Wolverine. That didn't happen. I'm assuming they're probably gonna save that for like season 2 of X-Men 97, where he's like fully healed, and we don't even really know the state of Wolverine in this episode. He's kind of like out of commission after what Magneto did to him. So I'm excited to kind of see what like the Bone Claw is in season 2. I'm excited to see kind of how Wolverine's gonna act going forward in season 2. I'm just really excited to see what they're going to be doing with the character, because we didn't really get much answers to Wolverine. He was kind of just in the back seat. I feel like in general he's been in the back seat, so that not much has changed with that. He's just still kind of been in the back seat. But of course, we have this sequence where Charles does get into Magneto's brain. He's like, if you don't, fix what you did to the Earth, I'm going to have to take over your mind. And yes, our minds might both be lost, but I'm willing to do this to sacrifice for the greater good. If I have to, I will. So I really just loved the visuals in this sequence. I really enjoyed it a lot of how it looked. I thought it looked very well. Like just the just about like how Charles is using his powers to get into Magneto's brain and them connect. I also thought, as you guys could see from my thumbnail, I thought we were going to get Onslaught in this episode. I think a lot of people thought we were going to get Onslaught because, if I'm correct, I think even in Fatal Attractions, that's what kind of leads into Onslaught, of just, Charles being so angry, he like molds his mind with, Magneto's, and then that's when they become Onslaught. They didn't do that. I thought they were going to do that. Everybody thought they were going to do that. I think it was kind of a missed opportunity. I think it would have been cool. Mind you, I don't know if we could possibly be getting that in like a season, I don't think a season 2. I feel like we're kind of past that. I think there would be no reason to kind of do Onslaught now. I feel like this was their kind of one time only to do that. Now, never say never. Maybe it could happen. I don't think it will, but you never know. So I thought this was really cool. Just the pure visuals of the sequence I thought was like really cool. Of course, this is Charles talking to Magneto inside his head about pretty much, kind of at this point, Magneto kind of forgets who he is. So like Charles has to kind of like, because at this point, Charles like fractured Magneto's mind. So he's kind of trying to put the pieces together, trying to help Magneto kind of, remember himself, because that right away will have him like putting back the pieces so his mind becomes whole again. So this is what Charles is trying to do. Like, I had to do this to stop you to turn back on the Earth, but at this point, I need to help you, my friend, to build back up your mind, put it back together, so that way we can get you out of this and we don't both get lost, in the abyss, and there's no coming back for us. So I really, this is like, I like the friendship moments here. I like how Charles is like, even though I did what I did, I'm not leaving you in here with all the broken pieces and have you drift off in the sea or in the ocean. I want to help you come back. I want to bring you back. And if I can't bring you back, I'm going to stay in here with you because you are my friend. It really shows their love for each other, especially Charles's love for Madness or whatever, or Magnus. I hate that middle name that he has, but Magnus. It's such a hard name to say, but yeah. So it just shows their love. I really appreciated this, and it kind of goes back to their roots of them in the bar, which they alluded to. And I forget what episode it was. I want to say it was like in episode 4 or 5. I can't remember. I think it was in episode 5 when like where was it? It was where Magneto is on Genosha. He's kind of telling everybody kind of the backstory of Charles's dream and how he wanted to fulfill Charles's dream. So it's like from episode 5. So I really like that. Also, if you watch X-Men First Class, this is very reminiscent of that. So I really like that too. It's like I feel like even in X-Men First Class, they were always in the bar. They always had little moments here and there. So I feel like that's people gotta give credit where credit is due, but Michael Fassbender and also James McAvoy really did young Charles and young Magneto very, very well. Where it's like it was perfect. It was truly like it was a perfect kind of like younger Ian McKellen and also Patrick Stewart. It was it was perfect casting. So I feel like they did that very, very well, and I feel like they carried it over very, very well here because I feel like in a way they still have that young energy here, even in the cartoon. I feel like they always carried that over. So when I look at them, I do see like again, Michael Fassbender and also James McAvoy. I see them. It's something weird. I feel like when I hear Magneto and I hear Charles, I hear them. I just love X-Men First Class. It's like one of my favorite X-Men movies. Bethany, you said, hey, nice to see you in here. Guys, we got 3 people in here. Guys, talk in the chat. I'd love to hear some conversations going on and how you guys like the episode. Bethany said, nice hat. Thank you so much. My bro Troy got it for me for my birthday, so I really, really love the hat. But yes, this is a cameo that I was really, really excited about. I talked about it. Let me back out here. Let me blow it up like that. Seeing Captain America and seeing Iron Man, I was correct. The team that the President Kelly was talking about, or I guess Cap was talking about, saying, "Oh, like I'm waiting to get the green light from the president." To assemble a team, and I'm thinking that's the Avengers. He's talking about the Avengers. A lot of people couldn't tell if he was talking about the Avengers or he was talking about the Howling Commandos. I'm really, really glad it was the Avengers. It made sense because of course we heard in episode, it was episode 7 on Rogue's Gone Rogue, we did hear Thunderbolt Ross talk about the Hulk, and I was thinking, yeah, the Avengers exist. I'm not sure why any of the other Avengers weren't there in the room protecting the president, but just to see Cap and Iron Man was enough for me. Just make me really, really happy. So I flipped out. Me and my sister just flipped out when we saw this sequence, seeing Cap and Iron Man together. Loved it. They were active. They got busy. They're protecting the president. I wanted to see Cap again, and they did fulfill that. I was like, if I don't see Cap again after he said he was looking into Bastion, he was waiting to get the green light from the president, I expected him to do something with his team. He did something with the team. I am satisfied because I was about to be really, really pissed off that they didn't do anything and they just did Cap as a stupid cameo. It was perfect. This is all I needed. I do want to see Cap be active and this Avengers team be active, like maybe on a cartoon. Maybe if they want to make a separate cartoon along with reviving or bringing back Earth's Mightiest Heroes, I'll take both. But I really want to see more of the Avengers in this universe. I really, really do. And I feel like that's kind of what they're possibly setting up going into the next season. So really, really happy. Bethany, you said that's crazy. That's a crazy cameo. There were so many. My favorite was Daredevil. Do you think they'll do an animated Daredevil show? I was talking to you about this, Beth. I really, really hope they do, because we're about to get into, I think Daredevil's the next slide, if not the slide after that, in the cameos of the episode. Can't wait to talk about it. Daredevil, he's in here. So when I saw Daredevil, I was like, oh my god, Daredevil! I was not expecting Daredevil. I don't even know why in my head I wasn't even expecting it. Spider-Man felt more. It felt more like a possible cameo. Us seeing Spider-Man, which we did in last week's episode. We saw a Spider-Man cameo. I was not expecting to see Daredevil. So Bo DeMayo cooked. He really, really cooked in this finale. He gave us Spider-Man last week a cameo. He gave us Daredevil here. He gave us Iron Man and Captain America, and he gave us Psylocke too. We saw Psylocke. She was with a group of other people, kind of defending sort of like a desert area. Not quite sure what was going on there. We saw Doctor Strange. Couldn't get a picture of Doctor Strange, but we did see Doctor Strange when the power went back on because when Charles took over Magneto's mind to turn back on the lights, we saw Dr. Stephen Strange literally using his magic in it looked like he was in a surgeon room, like he was doing surgery on somebody with his magic. I loved that. I thought that was really, really cool. We saw Doctor Strange because even when Beast mentioned Kamor-Taj in last week's episode, I was like, he's talking about Doctor Strange. My sister's like, I don't know if it's Doctor Strange. It could be like, just maybe the ancient one, could be Wong, could be whatever. I'm like, it's Doctor Strange. I'm like, I'm pretty sure Doctor Strange is cameoed back in the day, either in Spider-Man or the '90s X-Men show. I can't quite remember. I think it was the Spider-Man animated series. I'm pretty sure like he showed up there. But really, really love seeing the Doctor Strange cameo. Really like seeing Psylocke. We saw Psylocke earlier in the season, but it was through Morph. So seeing Psylocke makes me hope that we get these characters popping up next season, actually them. So I'm like really, really excited, just because I feel like the gates are flooding with all these characters, and I feel like because Bo DeMayo did write season 2, and I feel like since he has this mentality of he's not afraid to bring in other characters, I'm really, really hoping, knowing where I know and how this episode ended, I do think we're going to see a lot more characters that we saw here go over and carry over to season 2 and maybe have a little bit more of a present, like more of a part in the season, like, you know what I mean, like more forefront. So I'm really, really excited, especially for Daredevil, Bethany. I'm really, really hoping they do a Daredevil show with this Daredevil in the Spider-Man universe. We already know for a fact they're going to be doing the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, revival. They're going to be doing it. Like they're going to be bringing back the '90s Spider-Man. I already know it. They're putting down the groundwork. Like they already have the artwork capabilities of kind of having that model that showed up last week. So I really, really think people want it. People flipped out. That's all anybody was talking about in part 2 of Tolerance's Extinction was the Spider-Man cameo. It's happening. Like it's bound it's bound for us to get an announcement like D23 or San Diego Comic-Con that we are getting the animated '90s Spider-Man back. Like we are getting, like, it's gonna come back. Like I just know we're gonna get an announcement that they're gonna do a revival, and I'm really, really excited. But seeing Daredevil, I flipped out, and like I said, what a perfect day to wear my Daredevil shirt. Like literally, like Daredevil. I'm wearing my Daredevil Born Again shirt. Saw Daredevil. And we got the Daredevil Born Again news yesterday. Like, it was perfect. I bought this shirt yesterday. We had the news yesterday, and then Daredevil shows up here. Best time to be a Daredevil fan, like, literally. You said that makes sense. Doctor Strange used magic because there was no electricity for him to use. Yes, at the hospital, used with the hospital machines. I agree. You said, oh, nice shirt. Thank you. I appreciate it. But yes, I flipped out when Daredevil showed up. I thought that was like really, really cool. Okay, so going on to the next slide, we got here. This is the point where they do get Logan onto the jet, and pretty much, Cyclops goes over there saying, you like he says, like Jean can't lose you too. I need Logan. I need you to do what you do best. Heal. I thought that was like really, really like awesome, because this even shows at the end of the day, even though when Cyclops and Logan fight over Jean, Logan like family's more important, and I feel like Scott feels the same way about Logan. Like family's important. I know how much you mean to Jean. You need to pull through. I really loved this sequence. It was short, but it was sweet. I really, really liked this sequence a lot. And it's like he knows that how much Jean means to, like, how much Logan means to Jean. And I just really love that Scott's looking out for Jean, saying you need to pull through. You can't put Jean through this. Another loss. You can't do it. Like you got to pull through. I really liked it. I thought it was a cool sequence. Seeing Black Panther. This was the other one I flipped out at. Because we see Black Panther and we see the Dora Milaje. They have the same exact designs as the MCU. I'm just losing my mind about this, because they have the exact same design as the MCU, Dora Milaje, and in Wakanda. This is like the same layout of Wakanda, like the window, the background layout. It's very reminiscent, one for one comparison. The only thing that's different is the Black Panther suit, which, as we all know, has changed throughout the years. So this could, for instance, this could be like what like what T'Challa's like great like grandfather's Black Panther suit used to look like, because this is in the time of like the early whatever. So this could be around the time of like it's T'Challa's father's father, maybe. You know what I mean? Like we never even know. But I just thought this was like really cool to see a classic Black Panther costume mixed in with the like Marvel Studios Dora Milaje outfits. I thought that was really cool. So like I thought this was sick, especially when he slices the window because they're trying to break in the humanoid sentinels. I thought that was like really cool. Like it just goes to show he's like, you ain't coming in here. Slash. It just it's so baller and it's so Black Panther. I really love it. So it could be like T'Challa's, like I said, father's father maybe, or T'Challa's father's father. I don't know. We're in the family tree. You know who's the Black Panther at this point, but this looks like really cool. Like I was like flipping out. I want to say this is T'Challa though. But you know what I mean. I don't know if they say it or not, but it could be just T'Challa. I don't know. But just seeing Black Panther in general, I was flipping out. I was like, this is really cool. I'm loving this, and especially it would make sense at the time of technically how when the comics came out. I think it was just T'Challa. Like back in the comics, like you know what I mean, in the old comics, I think it was just T'Challa, and then I think in the present day, then they went back and like said, oh, the other Black Panthers and stuff like that. But it's cool because it's like I just love seeing the classic look. We don't really get to see the classic Black Panther look all that often. Besides, of course, Captain America. I think what was it? Like the new Captain America game that's coming out, Captain America and Black Panther game. It's called like Captain America, 19. It's like 1983 or something like that. I can't remember the title of it. You guys have to drop it if you guys remember it. But that game is slated to come out next year, and we have a classic looking Black Panther suit in that game, and it's like T'Challa's father's father or something like that. I don't even know, but like it's like really cool seeing this. So seeing Black Panther and it looks MCU. I just thought that was like really cool. I think that's them saying we have the rights to this. We can do stuff like this, like pay homage to the Dora Milaje that we have in the MCU. We can make them have the same designs here. I thought that was cool. But seeing the Phoenix in this episode, which I thought was really cool. But real quick, Bethisa, I loved that Black Panther. I loved the Black Panther cameo. I loved it too. So seeing the Phoenix, Jean turned into the Phoenix, we kind of knew was gonna happen. I didn't think it was much of a surprise because we did see Jean being the Phoenix in the promos, and these like in the last two or last three couple of episodes we've been seeing it in the intro. I knew it was gonna happen. I was saying it. I was like, I'm just waiting for Jean to pop up out of the water after Cable kind of, was under the spell of Sinister. I'm just waiting for her to come up and beat Sinister's ass and beat Bastion's ass. And what do you know? She does. She kicks their ass. She turned Sinister back into an old looking bastard, dude. And I thought that was hilarious. Like she took away, I want to say, his mutant capability, like the powers he did have. I think she took it all away. So he's just some old man running around now. Um, so I really don't know what's going to be going on with Sinister, because I want to say he did die, I believe. Because once he turned old, I think he collapsed on the ground, or maybe he ran off. I'm not sure. Either way, I don't know if we're going to see him again. Who knows? Maybe he'll figure out what she did. Maybe reverse it if he even can. I don't know. But she kind of broke down all of his molecules and everything that made his like mutant capability where he would stay the same age. She kind of took that all the way, so I don't know what that means for him. But I thought it was really cool seeing the Phoenix again. And Jean did say, like, this was the little bit of Phoenix that she had left. So I don't know if the Phoenix is in her anymore. Probably not. But I feel like the Phoenix always exists within Jean, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's still there. You know what I mean? For like something they want to do later down the line. Who knows? I feel like there's been a lot of storylines where the Phoenix has come back and stuff like that, so I don't know. I would never say that Phoenix is totally gone, because I wouldn't be surprised if the Phoenix pops back up down the line. Another cameo we got was, of course, Cloak and Dagger. if anybody knows, I love Cloak and Dagger. I really, really loved the show that was on. I want to say it was on the CW, or it was on like no, it wasn't the CW. It was like some weird channel. I can't remember on the top of my head what channel it was on. It's on Hulu now, and it's also on. I think it's on Disney Plus now as well. But I really, really love Cloak and Dagger. And just seeing Cloak and Dagger in here working together with Daredevil and kind of like protecting Daredevil when he got like thrown into the glass like display store. I thought that was really, really cool. Seeing just different characters that I never thought I'd see on the screen. I really didn't think I would like that was it wasn't even that was Cloak and me seeing Cloak and Dagger wasn't even a cameo I thought I would see. I thought I would need. But Bo DeMeo really came through and just gave us characters. Like he really showed us the plethora of different characters that we are going to be seeing here. Like no one would have said, "Oh, I want to see a Cloak and Dagger cameo." He just did it. No one asked for it, but it did it, and it's so cool because I didn't know I needed it, but I did. Like I love these characters. I really, really hope that they get transitioned over from the show into the MCU. Not this show, but like the live action show that they did have starring Olivia Holt, and I can't remember the other dude's name that played Cloak. But I really want to see like that transition into the MCU. Of course, with how they brought, of course, the whole Netflix's Daredevil cast over and made it canon. I'm really, really hoping they make the Cloak and Dagger show canon. I'm really hoping they make the Runaways canon. These are just shows I really, really enjoy that I just feel like that needed more seasons, that needed more love. Um, the sci-fi, yes, you said, was it in the Sci-Fi channel? I don't know if it was in the Sci-Fi channel. I can't remember the name of the channel it was on, and it's gonna bother me. It was on some weird channel. It could be the Sci-Fi channel if you look that up, Bethany. I'm actually curious. I don't know if it's gonna tell me if I look this up, but it's not even popping up for me. Because I'm curious. What was this on? What channel was it on? Okay. It's on Hulu. So it is on Hulu. I was correct there. But for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of that this channel was on. It could have been the Sci-Fi channel. I don't know. It was a very, very underrated show. I feel like the channel it was on, it just didn't. The reason it didn't survive for multiple seasons is it was because of the channel it was on. But yeah, Cloak and Dagger was back in like 2018 to 2019, and they actually those characters did cross over to the final season of Runaways. So I would just love it to be switched over, like to them to be like canonized in the MCU. I would just love it. I think it'd be really, really cool. Don't know if they're gonna do it, but I think it'd be cool if they did, if they're going to keep that kind of trend going where they canonize everything that was once before. I hope. Um, but this sequence was cool. Me and my sister Bethany were cheering about this, about Rogue literally kicking the shit out of Bastion. Thought that was really, really cool. You said, "Oh, it was on Freeform." There we go, Freeform. That's a dead ass channel. That was probably the worst channel they could have put it on. If they would have put it on the CW, it probably would have lasted a little bit longer because we know, we know how the CW like to keep shows around for multiple seasons when the writing was straight shit. But there could have been a thing where it's like that they were in partner with DC. Maybe they couldn't take a Marvel show over there. I don't know. But yeah, like they put it on the dead ass channel. They should have put it on like on ABC or something, and maybe that would have survived. It would have survived a little bit longer. I don't know, but putting it on Freeform was a mistake. But seeing Rogue kick the shit out of Bastion, especially after what Bastion did, and Bastion was the cause of killing Remy, I'm glad. I'm glad. He's an asshole. I'm glad she kicked the crap out of him. He needed it. And I was just cheering her on. I was like, she's literally kicking bro's butt. Loved it. I loved that sequence. Now, I was like, can we get Storm active? Because Sunspot helped her out, Roberto. But Storm I was like, where the hell is Storm? I'm like, she needs to get active. She needs to get up in this fight. Storm was still in the Galapagos Islands with, of course, Morph, Beast, Forge, and Jean. That they couldn't even find a way up to get into space to fight with Bastion, to fight against Bastion, and to fight with the rest of the X-Men. They didn't even know how to get up into space. Mind you, Storm could have flew. She could have still got active, We saw that she flew when she got her new suit and she got her powers back. So I was like, because now I'm thinking to myself, there was no excuse. She could have just flew up and be like, guys, I'll meet you guys up there. I'm gonna go help them out. Like she could have, but she didn't. But it is what it is. I just thought this was a cool fight sequence. You said, yeah, I wanted Storm to do so much more. That same. Like, I feel like they just didn't do enough with Storm. That was probably my one complaint. Storm had a powerful comeback with her getting her powers back, and especially her making a new suit. I expected her to be a little bit more powerful because she got her powers back, because she knows who she is. It didn't happen. I was like, if anybody should be getting active, if anybody is the most powerful X-Men here, you really are, Storm. Like, you're really, really powerful. Why aren't you doing anything? I just didn't understand it. I really, really didn't. But this is disgusting. And this is how Bastion looked like after he got his ass beat by everybody. He looked like this. I thought he could heal, but I guess, I don't know. I guess there wasn't enough technical parts to him to heal him, so he looked like this. I don't know. See, that's the thing I get confused about, because it's like, because this dude clearly can make like metal, like he kind of, essentially, I think he has nanotech. I know he probably doesn't have nanotech, but it's very reminiscent of that. Like when something gets blown off, he could just put it back on. So I'm a little bit confused why he ends up looking like this, but I guess he needs to, because you know what I mean, it's the finale. They need to make it look like he gets his ass beat. He got his ass beat. I don't know. Because anytime someone was fighting him before, or anybody was fighting the humanoid sentinels, they never took damage. Wolverine slashed them, chopped them up, but they kept getting put back together. They kept molding back together. So I'm a little bit, I don't know why he looks like this, but I don't know. But yeah, seeing him look like that, I was like, you just got your ass beat. This was another cameo. I was not expecting to see this. We see Peter Parker and we see Mary Jane. I love the new designs. This is the first time we've seen them X-Men 97 fight up with the new CGI and everything like that. Like the animation for them looks amazing. Like I'm ready. I'm ready for this show to come back. I'm ready. I love the animation. I love the way they look. We saw what the Spider-Man design would look like in episode, I'm gonna say it was episode 8. Episode 9. Was it 9? Yeah, episode 9. We saw what his design looked like in episode 9, but I was not expecting. Or yeah, was it episode 8? I can't remember. I want to say it was episode. Yeah, it was episode 8. We saw what his design looked like as Spider-Man in episode 8, but to see what his animation looks like when he's not in the Spider-Man suit, and to see what MJ looks like, I'm there. I'm set. I'm there. I really, really want this. I feel like this is them saying it's gonna happen. It's only a matter of time. I think it's gonna get announced at D23, and I think it's gonna get announced. If it doesn't get announced there, I think it's gonna get announced at San Diego Comic-Con. So be prepared, guys, because I'm gonna be covering D23. I think it's in August. I think it's August 31st, if I'm correct. Maybe it's earlier in August. I'm not sure. And then I'm also gonna be covering San Diego Comic-Con. So be prepared, because I'm going to be covering both for Marvel news. Especially, I think we're going to get a teaser trailer for D23 for Daredevil. I think we're going to get, and if it's not there, I think we're going to get it at San Diego. So just, if you aren't subscribed yet, subscribe now, because you're not going to want to miss me doing the live streams and covering all that news. You're really not going to want to miss it. But yeah, seeing them, I thought was cool. I think this is Flash in the background. My sister pointed this out, saying, is that Flash? Because he's wearing a Leatherman jacket. I do think that's Flash. I really, really do think so. But he said that cameo was great. Yeah, looking forward to your coverage. Thanks, Beth. I appreciate it. I'm really, really excited that they're just showing us right here. This is like what it's gonna look like. The animation for the revival of the X-Men of the 90s Spider-Man show. I just really, really like it. I think it's like really, really cool. I think they look great. I'm just ready. I'm just really, really ready for the show. Now this is how it ends. The X-Men, what ends up happening is that Asteroid M does end up is about to crash, essentially, because President Kelly blew it up with missiles, thinking that he could blow it up out of the sky. It was like the Magneto protocol. Didn't blow it up out of the sky. What it ended up doing was it didn't destroy it, and ended up pretty much taking out that like ended they pretty much ended up blowing it out of the sky, but to the point where it's gonna like literally fall like an asteroid, an extinction level asteroid that's gonna destroy the Earth. So pretty much everybody's trying to stop it. They think it's like a suicide mission. They're like, if we do this, we most likely won't survive trying to stop this thing. So essentially, Magneto gets his memories back. He puts like a force field around it, but somehow, I'm not sure how it happened, it teleported all the X-Men somewhere. And we go to like a couple months later. The X-Men have not been found. A lot of people are in support of Magneto for what he did. I think I heard that like over the radios. Like people are like there are Magneto supporters out there that believe, that are like worshiping him because he saved the Earth or something like that. I heard it was like something like that over like the radio. And like these are the people that are missing. They're like, of course, we have Archangel missing, assumed dead. We have missing, assumed dead. Like we got all these characters. Like we have Wanda off world. Was it a Cable? It says Owl. I don't know what the hell that stands for. I think it says off world or something. I think that's what that also means or something. And then of course we have Quicksilver off world. So I think they're just putting down the groundwork for us to see Quicksilver, for us to see Scarlet Witch next season, because at this time there needs to be a new X-Men team. Forge is trying to recruit, saying who's on world, who's off world, who's assumed missing, in of course in the in the destruction of the asteroid M. Like, so he's trying to figure out who can I recruit, because the world does need the X-Men team. Who can I recruit? So seeing this, where they all, because we end up finding out that the X-Men team do get split up in like past, present, future. Like they're like, I guess not present, but like past and future. So they're just spread out as of right now. We did see, I think it was Beast, Charles, Magneto, Rogue, and also I want to say it was Nightcrawler. They are all in some like back in the Egyptian era. Like they're back in Egypt, and like I it's something AD. I'm not even sure, but they're like way in the past. So that's where they are. We have like, we don't know where Wolverine. We don't know where Storm is. We know where Jean and we know where Scott is. I think it's just Jean and Scott. They are in the future, like the way future, and they actually end up running into Nathan in this next thing. So they end up running into Nathan. I'm assuming this is where Nathan got dropped off in that future. Like this is kind of like when he grew up out of it, like out of being a baby. Like this must been a couple years after he got dropped off wherever, because we did hear that Cable, and we did hear that also or I guess Nathan and was it Bishop did get split when Bishop went to take Nathan to the future to get help for his virus. They ended up being split off in the time vortex. So Nathan got dropped off here. By the look of him, he looks like he's leading whatever's going on here in this distant future. Not quite sure. It's just gonna be very interesting to see this kind of storyline go out. Like, I'm not, maybe we'll find more about Cable's backstory or whatever about this situation. I don't know. I'm really excited to see how this is all gonna like take place though, because like I said, this we're in for some good storytelling for next season between Baby Nathan and this distant future. I don't know what's going on here, and even this location is based in Egypt, so it's like a futuristic Egypt. So I'm excited to see where this is all going to take place. Diego, what's up, bro? You said, "Sub Zach, it was a cameo city in this episode. They needed to make a Spider-Man Revive 98 series next. That'd make me super happy." I agree. Like I really hope they make the Spider-Man 98. I'm really hoping to. I think that they will, especially because they put all the groundwork of us seeing them as cameos. I think we're gonna see like the show come back. I do think so. You said definitely needs to make all the shows for all the cameos. That would be really cool. Like I want a Daredevil show, like based with this Daredevil in this universe that's partnered up with Spider-Man. I really want a Daredevil show. Don't know if it's gonna happen. It would be really cool, like a Daredevil animated show. Well, we also get the Daredevil Born Again show next year. I would love to have both. They don't have to be both next year, but I would like to have a Daredevil animated cartoon. I would love that. It's never been done. I would really, really like that a lot, especially because it looks like they really want to build up this universe. So I expect them to bring back the '90s Spider-Man. I expect them to bring back maybe start a Daredevil show. I expect them to bring back maybe even start like a Avengers show. Like I expect it because they're really trying to build up this world, and I think that would show it very very well if we had just characters crossing over to all these other different shows. It would be cool. It's like you're really trying to build up a universe even in the cartoon, which they're clearly doing here, but it'd be cool because you're actually having them have their counterpart shows and cross over, and you could do like big events and stuff if you really really want to, so they could be like really really cool. But of course we see this because also where Rogue and them are, they're where Apocalypse is, and this is young Apocalypse, and I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this means. I said to my sister, is this like a possible chance that they're bringing in young Apocalypse to like maybe like what's going on here, because it's like I'm curious, like why did they get sent to this time, for what reason? I don't know. I feel like it's to do with how we end, because we did get an end credit sequence. We did, or I guess you could say post credit sequence that would make sense why we're getting Apocalypse. Maybe has something to do with that. I don't know, but this is around the time where Apocalypse starts. Of course, you know his was it Four Horsemen? I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this is all gonna go. Like this is gonna be really really cool. I'm excited. I'm really really excited. But we get this. We get this. You said Young Apocalypse looks epic. He does look epic. You said let me. You said let me. Definitely asking a lot of questions too. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like yeah, bro. Like I'm really really excited. I want you guys to like ask questions. I want you guys to like let me know your thoughts on everything. But yeah, seeing this, because we what we end up doing is we end up having a shot of seeing Genosha, and it's like it's just abandoned, and we see the playing card, of course, which is Gambit's card, and we see Apocalypse, grab the card and say, like all this death, and I was like, yeah, yeah, I'm like death. It is happening. Gambit will become death. People have been saying it. I just can't believe we're doing it. Jamaica, you called it. You said that Gambit was gonna be uh one of the horsemen of Apocalypse, and he was gonna be Death. He's gonna be Death. It is confirmed that Gambit will be coming back next season as Death. I'm excited to see where this is going to go, because like I said, our X-Men are scattered. There's no X-Men team in the present day. Forge is trying to recruit whoever's on Earth and trying to recruit to form a new X-Men team, but also Bishop is back to help Forge find the X-Men in the past and also in the future. And they're kind of both. I feel like they're both going to be dealing with Apocalypse on each side, between Nathan in the future and Jean and Scott, between Rogue, was it Rogue, Nightcrawler, Beast, and Charles and Magneto, and yeah, they're going to be dealing with young Apocalypse. I feel like we're kind of dealing with different stages of Apocalypse. Like we're going to see Apocalypse at different points of time, and it's all going to lead back to the present, where they're going to have to fight their friend, and they're going to have to try to save him. So I'm excited that like next season is going to be crazy. We're going to see a lot more cameos, I feel like, next season. I just feel like, because they need a team to fight on Earth to help out and do whatever. And I feel like we're going to just see a lot more characters. We could be seeing Quicksilver next season. We could be seeing Wanda next season. We could be seeing a lot more characters that we did see cameos of this season. We could just see in person. So I'm really, really excited. But you said, Diego, you said Rebecca, you said it's cool they're doing young and old Apocalypse at the same time. Season 2 will be wild. That's what I'm saying, is that we're going to see different stages of Apocalypse, him putting together his four horsemen, different four horsemen. We're going to, like, different plans he's had. It's going to be insane. I really, really don't know what they're going to do next season, but I just feel like it's going to be so cool. I'm just really excited. Bethany, you said, I'm sad Gambit will be bad. I'm sad too, but I'm excited. He is gonna be a problem. Bad Gambit, oh my god, is gonna be badass, and he's gonna be a problem. That's all I'm gonna say. He's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. I just know that he's gonna be whooping X Men's ass, dude. It's gonna be cool. It's just gonna be. It's gonna be so cold. It's so cool. It's gonna be. I'm so excited. Um, Diego, you said how many seasons are there total in this series? Well, for starters, this I don't. There's been multiple seasons before of the X Men '90s show, but for the '97 show, I know as of right now, I think they're filming 3 seasons as we speak. Season 1 just ending. I think they're done with season 2 already, or they're in the process of finishing season 2, or I think they're done with season 2. They just got to do animation and stuff, which should be. I'm hoping that season 2 releases sometime next year to early 2026. I don't know. But I think they're already on and working on season 3 as we speak. They're already in the process of like working on multiple different seasons of X-Men 97. So I think we're going to get season 2 as early as next year, probably like mid next year, end of next year. I'm thinking probably the end of next year, possibly, if not early 2026. There hasn't been like any confirmation we're going to be getting it next year, but I think they're done with season 2. So they're just working on animation, I believe. You said this was a dope series. It was a dope series. Diego, you said can't wait for more. Same. I'm super excited to see where they're gonna go with season 2. Possibilities are endless. I think them jumping through time is gonna be really fun because we're gonna be dealing with an apocalypse that's in the distant future, but we're also gonna be dealing with an apocalypse that was just starting out in the past. So we get to see the past and we get to see the future. And also the present. So we get past, present, and future of apocalypse. Like that's insane. It's giving me, and also like this is what I want Marvel to start doing with Kang. And I've been saying that. Like I really want to see past, present, and future of Kang in our modern era. Like I really want to start seeing that more. Like I want to see another Moon Knight season with Rama Tut version of Kang. Like I want to see stuff like that. And I feel like they're giving us kind of like what we want with Kang. They're giving us X-Men 97. So I'm glad I'm kind of getting my fill. Especially if they do the season right, where we get to really explore Apocalypse in the past, really get to explore Apocalypse in the distant future, really get to explore Apocalypse in the present on what his plans are. We don't know. I'm just really excited to see where this is all going to go. I thought that was really cool. I'm not going to count this because I skipped on that. But I was talking earlier about cameos. This was kind of like a cameo I do want to mention. It's out of order, but this is when Charles is trying to trying to get Magneto's memories back, and he's trying to help. Eric try to get his memories, and he's like, and this is kind of like the memories that he has in the distance of the people's faces he can't remember, but he can remember Rogues. So these are kind of the people he can't remember, which of course is Quicksilver and of course Wanda. I really like that. I really like how they're kind of there as cameos. We don't see them, but it's like he can't remember their faces, can't remember their names. I thought that was like really cool. But yeah, really enjoyed the show. We're actually gonna go rank these episodes real quick, and we're also gonna see where I place it in the Marvel shows, like amongst the Marvel shows. We're gonna see where I place it. But we're gonna rank these episodes real quick. So let me go to X-Men 97, and we're gonna rank these episodes. I want to hear your guys' ranks down in the comments section below. Let me know, like down in the chat, like what your ranking of the episodes are. Do you have a specific listing of like favorite episodes you put above others? I'm really curious to know. I've been doing this every week now. When we watch a new episode of X-Men 97, I've been ranking where I put them. I believe I wrote mine down on the phone of where I rank them. I could be wrong. This might be an old listing to something else. I want to say this is right now. This is this is old. This is to something else. Now if I can remember how I ranked them before, because I know episode 5 is my favorite. That still hasn't changed. I still think episode 5 is my favorite episode, but I would put this finale right next to it. I still don't think this episode per se beat how I felt in episode 5. There was something about episode 5 with the adrenaline, the pure shock, the cool fight sequences with Gambit, Magneto, Rogue. Yeah, it's something about that episode where it just, I feel like none of these episodes can compare to episode 5. So I still think episode 5 is slated at number 1. Number two, I would say, is episode 10 because of just how great the finale ended. I would say is number two. Episode three, I would say I would put episode one. I would put episode one. So I would do 5, 10, 1, and then I would put episode three, or episode two. I would put episode two as my number. Yeah, so I said 5, 10, and then 1. And I'm going to put episode 2 as my number 4 of my favorite on the list as well. So I'll put episode 4. Yeah, episode 2 is my number 4. And then I'm going to put episode 3 as my number 5. And then I will put episode. I'm gonna put episode. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put this probably this episode. I'm gonna put episode 9 as my number 6, and then I will put. This is very very hard, and then I'm gonna put episode probably 9. Yeah, 9. Yeah, probably put 9 as my number 6. I'll put 8 as my number 7, 7 as my number 8, and then I would probably put 6 as my number 9, and I'll probably put episode 4 as my number 10. Episode 4 is my least favorite, and I will stand by that. I hate episode 4. So that's just, it's going as number 10. It just ain't it. But I do gotta say, episode 10 is my second favorite on the list to episode 5. I really liked episode 10. So that's my ranking for X-Men 97, season 1. Really, really excited to see what we do for season 2. Hopefully we won't have filler episodes like episodes 4 and what was it 4, 6, and 7, or mainly 4 and 6. I thought were 4 and 6 I thought were trash, just trash, not really great episodes. Probably the weakest out of the season, and I'm not gonna lie, even episode 7 I wasn't too impressed of. I think those are still probably the weakest episodes out of the season. Episodes 4, 6, and 7 I think are the weakest. But I just hope next season we kind of maybe can be a little, kind of not have 3 trashy episodes. I'm kind of hoping we can just make them all great, but we'll see. You know what I mean? You're gonna have those seasons where like you might have 1 or 2 or 3 bad episodes, and I feel like here it did. People might not say that, but in my opinion, I think episodes 4, 5, 6, and 7 were just they weren't that great. But you said can't wait for Emergency Awesome and his analysis. What do you think, Zach? Yeah, Emergency Awesome. I can't remember. I think I watch him. I watch so many people. I'll probably watch New Rockstars breakdown and stuff. I'll probably watch that. But yeah, Emergency Awesome is also good too. Because I watch so many people. So yeah. But let me go because now we're gonna rank it amongst the other Marvel shows. That's what we're about to do right now. I had to do it online because it's not placed out right at all on Disney Plus. Like it's all mixed up. They don't have a specific Disney Plus show list. I don't know why, but they don't. So as of right now, Loki's number 1. That still hasn't changed. I still think Loki is number 1 on the list. That's just how I see it. Loki seasons 1 and seasons 2 have been so perfect, have been so great. I mean, yeah, I would say probably X-Men 97 is as close to I felt of like sure hype for a show. And as I've bought so much merch for X-Men 97, it's not even funny. Same as I bought a shit ton of merch for Loki. But I think I bought a little bit more Loki merch than I did for X-Men 97. So I just the way I felt with Loki, I just feel like that show was perfect, and I feel like it just didn't have a bad episode. It just didn't. So Loki's still number 1. X-Men just is not taking that number 1 spot. But I would say X-Men 97 is taking the second spot. I will say that. As of right now, X-Men 97 is my second favorite Disney Plus show out there. It's second, X-Men 97. Now, what I would put after that is Moon Knight. Moon Knight's going in my number 3 spot because I really, really like Moon Knight. I think it's great and all. At the same time, I feel like I loved the Moon Knight stuff, but I was not getting as much merch as I did for X-Men 97. I keep saying that. Like, I have all the figures to X-Men 97. I have a whole bunch of shirts. I have a whole bunch of hoodies. I've probably bought like maybe one hoodie for Moon Knight. I have the Moon Knight steelbook. I've gotten the Moon Knight figures in the pop figures. But if I'm being honest, there was just a really excitement that I felt every week for X-Men, and just just really really liking it. And I'm telling you, I just gotta give X-Men 97 the number 2 spot. But Moon Knight, I would say I love just as much, but it's got to be a number 3. Moon Knight's a number 3 because I feel like even then it's like I didn't feel the way I felt when I watched X-Men 97. I was shocked when I watched this show how much I really really enjoyed it, because I was not a huge fan of the 90s show. I just never really could get into it. But when I watched the first episode of X-Men 97, I fell in love. I was like, this is great. They made it not filler. They made the characters awesome. Like the fight choreography is cool. Like I was like, yeah, I was like, they got it. They got it. So number 2, like I said, is X-Men 97. Number 3 is Moon Knight. I love Moon Knight, but it's at the number 3 spot. Okay. So number 4, and this is a tough one because we have Falcon and Winter Soldier, we have Hawkeye, and we also have Secret Invasion, and we have Miss Marvel, and we have She-Hulk. And of course we have What If. But I'm telling you this right now, What If is probably going to go pretty low. As much as I like What If, What If's not all that great. Season 2, I didn't think it was as great as Season 1. So I'm going to put in my number 4 spot, I'm probably going to be putting Falcon and Winter Soldier. Falcon and Winter Soldier only because I love Captain America. I really liked the story they were doing with Sam. I loved what Sam had to go through in that show, of kind of like his kind of decision of, should I take the shield? What does it mean? If a black man picks up the shield, and like how is the world look at that? I just love everything they did in Falcon and Winter Soldier, so I'm gonna put that in my number 4 spot. It's gonna go there. Number 5, I'm gonna put Hawkeye. I really really liked Hawkeye a lot, but not as much as I liked all the other shows. I do like Hawkeye, but it's going at the number 5 spot. Especially, I love Haley Steinfeld. I loved her as Kate Bishop. Really excited for them to do Young Avengers, even though people have been like shitting on the fact of a Young Avengers movie coming out. People are saying, who wants this? I want it. I hate when people speak for people saying, oh, who wants this? Who asked for this? I asked for it. Or no one, when people are like, no one wants this, I want it. Don't speak for me. So like, yeah, like I can't wait for a Young Avengers movie. I've been waiting for that. Again, people are so not seeing the pieces they're putting down, and I just ignore people like that because they just don't see the pieces being put down, and they just like being negative. But yeah, I would say Hawkeye is at my number 5 spot. I would say it's Hawkeye. My number 6 spot, I'm putting She-Hulk. That's just keeping it. I'm keeping it a buck. She-Hulk is going in my 6th spot. That's where it's going. And because I like She-Hulk more than I like the Miss Marvel show. The Miss Marvel show was trash. I hate to say it. The Miss Marvel show was such a disappointment to me. Even when the trailer came out, the first teaser, I was like, this looks like a kid show, like a Disney Plus kid show. Or not Disney Plus. This looks like a Disney Channel show. Does not look good. The budget looks weird. And I just thought the villains in the show and just everything that they were doing in the show, I just didn't like. Now, mind you, they did a full 180, and I even said I really liked the character, but the writing wasn't right. Cut to the Marvels. When the Marvels came out, the writing for Kamala and what she was doing with her powers, it just the writing made the character a lot more likable, a lot better. Yeah, like it just, that show just didn't do the character justice. I hate to say it, really didn't. Like, you could watch the Marvels and you could watch Miss Marvel, and there's a total tonal change where like the character and the family are more likable. The fighting sequences with her are cooler. It doesn't feel like a Disney Channel thing. Yeah. So that's going at like number 7. That's going at number 7. So yeah, I just forgot Secret Invasion. I just forgot to actually no. Actually, it's not even going as number 7. Secret Invasion is going number 7. So I'm doing She-Hulk, Secret Invasion, and I'm doing Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel's like last. Actually, no. Miss Marvel is the last because I'm doing What If. What If's going before Miss Marvel because I like What If way more than Miss Marvel. I'm not even counting the I Am Groot shorts because they're just shorts. I'm not counting them. But if I had to count them in, they're going above Miss Marvel, and of course, What If is still above that. But if I'm being honest, yeah, that's how I rank it for sure. You said Moon Knight. Yeah, Beth, you said Moon Knight was great. I definitely think it was great too. I liked Moon Knight. Yeah, the movie was great. Yeah, the Marvels was great. Not a lot of people gave the Marvels a chance, but it was like really, really good. Again, it's because there were haters from Captain Marvel that, or maybe even just people that just didn't like the Captain Marvel movie. That's fine. But also people that maybe just didn't like the Miss Marvel show, and like and maybe people didn't gravitate to the character of was it Monica Rambeau, in WandaVision. So they're like, why would we go see this movie? How about the movie was awesome? Maybe if you didn't like them before, well, I'm telling you, when a totally different writer gets a hold of these characters and they have a whole new team behind it, it's totally different. And that's why going forward, I'm gonna give like stuff chances that maybe like if it has a different writer, because I might enjoy it more. That's the one thing I learned. But me not liking Miss Marvel, the Miss Marvel show, and then me going to see the Marvels movie made me really really like the character of Kamala Khan. Like made me like the character more, and really felt like I wanted to see more of the character after I watched the Marvels movie than I did watching the Miss Marvel show. So yeah, like that was like a perfect example because it's like the character was great in the Marvels, really really great. And again, it was because there was a different writer. Writers matter, you know what I mean? They can make you love a character, and I love the character now of Kamala Khan because of the Marvels. Um, but yeah, so I'm saying, like I said, number one, like I said, is Loki. Number two is X-Men 97. Number three is Moon Knight. Number four, of course, is Falcon and Winter Soldier. Number five is Hawkeye. Um, Number six, I would say, like I said, actually, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna put Echo because Echo was on here. I'm gonna put Echo as number six. That's what I'll do. So number one, X-Men 97. Number two, no, not number one. Loki as number one. X-Men 97 is number two. Moon Knight is number three. Falcon Winter Soldier is number four. Number five, Hawkeye. Number six, Echo. Number seven, I would say She-Hulk. Number eight, I would say What If. And then number nine, I would say is uh I said number nine is What If, I think, and then number 10 I would probably put Miss Marvel. Like I said, that's the last on the list, but that's my ranking of all of the Disney Plus shows. That's how I rank them. That's how I put them. I can't remember if I forgot Secret Invasion. I think I did again. If I'm guys, did I forget Secret Invasion again? I think I did. I think that this show, I just okay. Let's do this. Let's do this one more time. One, Loki. Two, X-Men 97. Three, Moon Knight. Four, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Five, Hawkeye. Six, Echo. Seven, I don't even know if I want to put this. Yeah, I guess. No, yeah. Six, seven. Actually, I think I liked She-Hulk a lot more than Echo. I think I did. So yeah, we're gonna do one X-Men 97. No, I keep saying one X-Men 97. No. Loki 1, X-Men 97 2, Falcon and Winter Soldier number 3, 4 I would not Falcon and Winter Soldier number 3, Moon Knight number 3, 4 Falcon and Winter Soldier, 5 Hawkeye, 6 I'm gonna put She-Hulk, 7 I'll put Echo, 8 I'll put Secret Invasion, and then 9 I'll put What If, and then 10 I'll put Miss Marvel. Just know Miss Marvel's the last. That's what I'm gonna do. Guys, I want to know your ranking, so let me know, like, whenever you get the chance, put your ranking down in the comment section below, because once I end the stream, it'll just be a video in the live stream category, so just let me know your ranking of how you rank the episodes of X-Men 97. I want to know that, and I also want to know your ranking of where you put the show amongst all of the other Marvel Disney Plus shows. Like, I'm really, really curious to know, and I want to hear your ranking. I'm sorry it took me a minute. There are some unmemorable shows. I just kept going past Secret Invasion. And that show was really not that great. Like it really just didn't live up to the hype. So yeah, like I just kept forgetting about that was right there. But I got to it eventually. But I want to hear what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. Yet again, here if you're new, subscribe to the channel, post notifications, and like this video. Because guys, like I said, you're not gonna want to miss some upcoming stuff we got going on. Like I said, I'm gonna be covering D23. I'm gonna be covering San Diego Comic-Con. I'm gonna be covering that stuff once we do get those days. I will be covering it, so stay tuned for all that. It's gonna be really, really fun when I do those live streams talking about these upcoming Marvel projects and doing reactions to these trailers and things. Also, we have a possible Agatha All Along trailer dropping this Friday. So keep a lookout for my reaction. I'm going to be doing a trailer reaction when if the trailer drops this Friday. Stay tuned for that. But as always, guys, again, that was my spoiler review for the finale of X-Men 97 Season 1. Hope everybody has a great day, a safe day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.